In a time like this, when everything seems to be falling apart and the center is no longer holding up, more than ever we need words of inspiration, motivating words, and liberating words to power through our day. Welcome to another episode of the Word of the Day podcast. Our goal here is to soar you to greater heights in life.
I am your coach, Ehihi Dominion. We live in a time when it is almost impossible to change the perception people have about you. There are plenty of lessons about life that one should learn, most especially when the recent pandemic, the political quandary, and economic disaster that have teetered the scale of our livelihood. But this one is about perception. It is good to remind ourselves that perception matters. Well, since it matters, I think it's time we talk about it. So let's talk about why it matters. In most cases today, perception matters, even more than realities. Let me give you an example. You can do all things right, check all the boxes, at the right place, at the right time, even in the right uniform or attire, and for all the right reasons or motives. But if those reasons are unclear to whosoever is around you, they may perceive that all you're doing is wrong. You may even think you are pleasing or rightly perceived by your peers, maybe your fellow workers, your leadership, or even other persons of interest. You may just be creating a devastating negative perception about your words or action if those reasons are unclear. That's because your brand exhibition, and the way you execute your intentions is a promise. It tells everyone, your customers, your friends, leadership, your families, your family members, or others, what you stand for. Most especially when trust matters. It also tells them what they should expect from you. As you deliver on the promise, you build trust and you give more people the chance to understand your intentions. If it appears that you have done something that betrays what you say you stand for, guess what? Then there's a problem. Again, that is true, even if it's only a matter of perception. This is to tell you how much perception matters in our day-to-day activities. If you ever want to be successful in life, you cannot ignore how others perceive you. Life is about perception. The positive always fight the negative. Whenever you portray, or whatsoever you portray will affect and more than likely affect your outcome, whether you like it or not. In most cases, you are not given another chance to recreate or correct the perceptions others have about you. Someone once said, most disagreements are caused by different perceptions that others created different realities. I repeat that quote. Most disagreements are caused by different perceptions that others created their own different realities. Although your intentions or motive matters, it is how it is perceived by others that matters most. So, I'm encouraging you today, no matter what you're doing, even though you're just trying to help, or maybe you're trying to get help from others, it is imperative that you create the right perception. Although there are few times that no matter how much you create the right perception, some people will always want to create their own realities. But I promise you that you will reduce the amount of negative perceptions or realities if you ever put perception into consideration. It is so essential that you send the right signals so that you can be sure of getting the proper response. When you create the right perception, it makes it easy for others to trust you. It also reduces the chance of conflict. It reduces the chance of misunderstanding. It will also reduce the amount of time that you will always have to say, I am sorry. But the question in mind today is, how can you create the right perception? Number one, I would say, make your intentions clear. You have to make your intentions clear as much as possible. This means give no room for assumption. And this can be done by always announcing your intention, always making people understand what your motives are. A lot of people around us today, they are not mind readers. They will not read your mind. They will not know what is in your mind until you declare your intentions. So I will encourage you. Number one, again, make your intentions clear. Number two, let your yea be yea and your nay be nay. Follow through with your intention. If you have made your intentions clear, follow it through. Be straightforward. Don't be that guy, the guy that says something and does something else. What do we call that? Someone that is unreliable. This does not mean you shouldn't be flexible in your approach. Just make sure it is clear to others. Number three, leave room for feedback. Yes, feedback. Feedback helps us improve on ourselves. It also helps us know that we are creating the right perception. The feedback you get today will help you prevent the mistake of tomorrow. For some of us in the armed forces, we are very familiar with this term, AAR, which is After Action Review. I will encourage you to always leave room for feedback. Always process your own after action review. Doing these three things I just mentioned, they will help you improve your perception. They will help you create the right perception. They will help you send the right signal so that you can receive the right response. Once again, perception matters. Don't let a wrong perception rob you of your appraisal. Don't let it rob you of your award, your promotion, or even your dignity. The thing about perception is that the negative perception, they always last longer than the positive one. People always remember those negative perceptions about us. That is why it's very important, it's very imperative that we always create the right perception. Because people will always judge us by the perception we create, by what they see, what they think it is. So it is very, very important. I cannot stress it enough how important our perception is. Once again, perception matters. So I encourage you again, start creating the right perception today because it matters. As you go about your day-to-day activities, as you carry out your daily jobs, in your career, in your life, even in your marriage, in your relationship with people, with others, put perception into consideration. I know what I want to do, but the question is, do others know what you want to do? Do they understand your intentions? Do they understand your motive? That is why you have to make it clear. That is why you have to let your yea be yea and your nay be nay. And that is why you have to leave room for feedback so that you can know what people are thinking. You can know if you created the wrong perception or the right perception. So please create the right perception so that we can get that response that we deserve, so that we can get the response that we are expecting, so that our expectations concerning our actions or words will not be cut short. Thank you for your precious time with me today. Please don't forget to like or subscribe to this channel so that you can get more of these daily or weekly doses of inspiration. You can also check out for more of this on ehidominion.com. We have a lot of materials there, a lot of both weekly and daily doses of inspiration to help you achieve your goal. Thank you once again. God bless you. Remain blessed and inspired.